Why hello Hayden Hurd.
Hello Ella Ann Fisher. How are you?
I am very well, thanks. Mr. Evans has me extremely fascinated with ancient China at the moment. I am keen to learn about the ancient dynasties.
Oh, yes. Me too. I have heard that the Qin Dynasty was one of the key dynasties that we must learn about. Jet Dixon mentioned something about the Great Wall of China and the Terracotta Warriors.
Wow. Thanks, Jet. Then there must be some interesting things to learn.
Would you like me to share what I have heard?
Oh yes, please. This is very exciting.
The Qin Dynasty was ruled by Emperor Shi Huangdi.
Who?
Emperor Shi Huangdi. He was a very brave man who was able to conquer several existing territories. What was very remarkable about this was that at the time, Qin was one of the smallest territories.
That is remarkable. The emperor must have known his stuff.
Well, that, amongst other things. In fact, Qin had advantages, though such things as its geography. It was well protected from the coast by mountains and gorges. There were never many battles in the Qin area, rather they occurred south in the Qin Dynasty.
That is interesting.
Thank you, you'll go on. Qin followed a legalist approach. This approach treated people as naturally evil and thus imposed very strict rules on its people. They were very disciplined.
Evil. Why did they think people were evil?
Well, because the Asian area had been warring for centuries, trying to secure land off one another. There was great fighting for power and so many people at the time were not very nice.
Okay, that is very different to how others lived, isn't it?
Well observed, Ella. Yes, it is.
Go on.
Well, there were three approaches in ancient China. Confucianism, which believed people were good and placed society in a hierarchy. Basically, people were required to respect their elders and people in higher positions.
Oh, I like that better than legalism. I would not like to be thought of as evil.
Me neither. You'll go on. A man named Lucy believed that the only way to achieve a happy life was to understand the Tao, which consisted of two opposite forces, the yin and the yang. In English, the Tao means the way.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Although it is difficult to explain in words, Lucy believed that once people understood life's harmony and the way, he or she could then act in accordance with its influence and find happiness.
I'm lost. That sounds complicated.
I think we should let Mr. Evans explain that a little better.
Okay. So you have told me about the three philosophies. Let's get back to the Qin Dynasty.
Oh yes, I was led off track a little, wasn't I? How embarrassing.
No need to be embarrassed, Hayden. You are very clever.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You were telling me how the emperor conquered all of the warring states.
Oh yes, that is correct. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Emperor did conquer these states and united much of the landmass we now call China. Hence the name Qin Dynasty is short for China.
Wow, that is cool. So Qin started China?
Yes, well done. But wait, there is more. Although satisfied with his quests, Emperor Shi Huangdi was scared that all of the people that were killed during the conquering would be waiting for him in the afterlife.
I guess that would be on your conscience.
Well, you wouldn't believe what the emperor did.
Well, come on, out with it.
Well, remember, people were very disciplined as the emperor followed a legalist approach. He made his people create a very elaborate tomb for himself to protect him in the afterlife.
What do you mean by elaborate?
Well, I think you may know what I'm talking about. The Terracotta Warriors. Emperor Shi Huangdi of the China Dynasty had many men build up to 8,000 warriors meticulously crafted to recreate what is thought to be exact replicas of soldiers from the time. Not only were there warriors, but chariots and everything.
Wow. 8,000.
And that was just a tomb for himself.
So Hayden, how does the Great Wall fit into all of this?
Ah yes, the wall. The only man-made object that we can see from the moon.
Yes, that one.
Well, first, let me tell you that is rubbish. It cannot be seen from the moon. I heard on the grapevine that Mr. Evans was going to prove this to us in class using Google Earth.
Great idea. We should do that ourselves.
If you want. Well, anyway, remember how I was telling you how the emperor conquered the lands and united all of the land?
Yes, Hayden, I do remember.
Well, he wanted to protect this land, so he built a wall.
Then why was the wall only built to the north of China?
Fantastic question again, Ella. China has natural protection in other areas. To the east and south it is surrounded by oceans, and to the west lies the Himalayas.
Are they mountains like Mount Everest and stuff?
Absolutely. So after many hundreds of thousands of people died building the wall, the country was kind of protected.
But who was it protected from?
Again, great question. It was protected from warriors who lived predominantly north of where the wall lies.
Cool. Well, thank you for all of the information, Hayden. This does indeed sound like a dynasty to remember. We should really look at all of these other documents now to make sure we know our stuff.
Yes, thank you for the chat. No thank you.